Basically, when we think of a patent, I want to put something in place to help me stop somebody else from doing something I've earned the right to do. Basically putting a simple roadblock in simplistic terms, preventing somebody else to do what I've already created. So that's why I want to create a patent. And a typical example is like when I made a stool. A stool has 4 legs, and I put a base on top of that stool, so therefore I consider it a stool. I want to make a patent on that. I can go ahead and do that, and I can prevent anybody else from making another stool. Now if somebody comes along and they say, I want to add a back to that. I add a back to that, and next thing you know, I have a chair. But in order for me to make that chair, I need to work with the person who has the stool because I have a patent on the stool. So therefore, I can actually combine patents and things like that. So the first guy is protected, but the second guy has another idea to leverage the first patent. And so therefore, you get in the case of why I want a patent. I'm protecting myself. Take immediate steps, so you don't lose your patent. If you have an idea, start writing it down, start documenting it right away. And don't let the cat out of the bag too early. Have your product been officially announced? I've seen some people have a product and they bring it to market already, start making flyers and brochures, and so much they jump the gun on their product. And that tends to happen a lot with software developers. Software developers will start writing software in their basement or in their dorm rooms, and if they have a great idea, they tell their friends, they make a little brochure, they put a little web page up, and guess what? They may have already infringed on their own ability to patent. And also just be prepared to establish your idea. Be prepared to stand the ground what you're doing. A lot of engineers will have something called an engineering notebook where you're writing all your notes in there. That can be considered prior art too. So keep track of all those little notebooks, all those graph papers and things like that you may have. Keep that. And in doing patent research, because of the internet, it's a lot easier nowadays. You can actually do it yourself to somewhere, get the ball rolling. You can go to the U.S. Patent Attorney website, or you can actually go to Google Patents. Google Patents is actually pretty good if you want to start doing some background research on patents. So just, before you start spending exorbitant amount of dollars on a patent attorney, you may want to do some research yourself first before paying them to do a search. Your attorney would also be able to help you find windows of opportunity to make your patent work. Like we worked with, on one of our products I'll show you later, we worked with Kia on one of our software products. When we sat down with our patent attorneys, they helped us narrow the scope down to define a specific market where we can get a patent in. On another product we have called Intervise, we defined the patent around a specific hardware product from Motorola called HC1. So when we put those combinations together, we're able to go for a patent at that point.